Hello everyone, my name is Prince Omono Itani. I'm the Chief Technical Officer at KadMap Systems Limited. So today I'm going to be taking you through the concepts of central office computers, what they are, how they can benefit your organization. So you are used to working on your desktops, your laptops and your mobile phone, right? So when you do your job or when you do your work, you always sit on your desk, on your laptops or desktops or mobile phone, whatever your preferences are. You maybe have a desktop editor, a document editor of some sort. You're always working from your computers. This is natural. This is how we work, right? In offices, we always working through a computer. But the problem now comes when we want to collaborate, right? So you finish editing a document on your desktop or laptop. So let's just call it your personal computer, right? So you finish working. Now you want to send this file or this document to your boss or your colleague, then it becomes a problem. So different companies have different ways of handling these situations, right? In some organizations, you can see them doing manual collaboration, right? So some organizations go with drives, right? So when I finish editing my document, I take these flash drives or disk drive or memory card or whatever one you use, you copy this file and then you give it to your superior or your colleague, right? So they can have a copy of this file, right? So whether they want to work on it more or review it or something, right? And some people go the extra mile of taking that file, exporting it from the software to which they use, and then take it to a messaging system. So maybe it's WhatsApp, maybe it's Telegram, right? Or maybe it's via email, right? So then you message this file, right? Kind of transport this file to a third-party service and get it to the other person, right? So that is different ways of which companies handle it, but this is a bit manual, right? And this obviously comes with a lot of issues. So we have issues like version conflict all of a sudden, because now we don't know who has the latest version, right? And then we start becoming, oh, mine out of date, yours is out of date, mine is current, yours is not current, right? So these issues tend to pop up, right? Aside from issues like files get misplaced, file gets leaked because you can't trace it very well, right? Because these files are duplicated. There are different versions on everybody's machine, right? And this is just printed everywhere and it's just noisy, right? Some companies go the extra mile of to solve this problem, they go with cloud computing solutions. So you might have worked with Google Workspace or you are using an ERP solution, so maybe it's Salesforce or some sort, or any ERP solution that you're using or do. So where you have your CRM, your accounting, your file system, everything is in one place, right? It makes things a bit better, but then this comes with its own challenges as well. One, then there is just downtime. So when there is any internet outage or something, then you start having issues with these systems, right? Or you have issues like password management. I forgot my password, or when a new employee comes, then they have to now give the employee a new account, which should continue from where the last person stopped. So these issues tend to just pop up, right? Some people go the extra mile of developing custom solutions for themselves using cloud services like AWS, Google Cloud, to build a managed system, a hosted application. They hire engineers to build applications just for them, but then this comes with extra overhead. You now have to start managing your own teams. While you are, let's say, a hospital, now you now have a technical team managing different applications at different times, understand, and this becomes overly complicated, right? Central office computer comes to solve this issue, right? So imagine that this is just a computer, just a machine in your office, right? So it's just like your laptop. It's behaving like just your laptop, just a bit bigger, right? But everybody on their own desk, right? So you guys on his own desk, guys on his own desk, everybody's on their own desk, but they can basically access this machine and work from this machine, right? They're not working on their computer. They just have like a client which leads them to this machine, but they can now work on it like it's just one computer. So you no longer work from your machine and sync it, right? You are working together from this machine. While this might sound like it's just maybe an ERP solution, this is a hardware solution. It's a computer, right? It runs its own operating system, right? And it's designed for collaboration, right? So everything you do is a bit collaborative. As we go, you understand the concepts, but just follow me on this idea, right? So the idea is called the central office computer. So everybody has their own personal computer and they can all work together on this central office computer. And obviously there are benefits to this architecture as opposed to using a manual solution or a cloud solution, right? So one of the benefits is working offline, right? Because it's physically in your office, a computer within your office, then you don't have issues with like when there's internet outage or you are out of data, then work doesn't stop because it's just offline, right? Everybody in the office can work together, right? And then you have things like speed. It's offline, it's within your building, so things becomes a bit faster, right, to access. There's no slow, like network issues or something like that. Things, transfer speeds are fast, everything is quick, right? And then you have this reliability because you don't depend on too much networking overhead, and this brings reliability to your system, right, to your organization. Everything is more organized and fast, right? So you can basically, the idea is you can work offline. Another benefit is that you can host multiple workspaces on this stuff and comes with collaboration, right? So because it's a computer specifically designed for collaboration, it comes with workspaces. So you can have as many workspaces as you see fit, right? Which based on department. So you can have an admin workspace, a developer workspace, you can have a sales team workspace. So every people that have their own concerns can have their own workspace, right? And they can collaborate together on their own files and on their own applications, right? They can use features such as see each other, which is presence. You can nudge each other like, hey, you can send somebody a nudge to come and join you on an application, and you can basically chat while you are still collaborating. We'll get to all these features, you get to understand them as this series progress, right? But it's just an overall idea that this, because it's offline, you have the idea of multiple workspace. Just like you have with the online workspace, you can have this, but now you can even have multiple because it's an offline machine. When you get the machine, it's within your office, right? And it's for you. Right? Another thing it brings is file management. So now you have a unified system. So your files are in one place. There's no duplication of the files, right? Everything is within a workspace, right? So all your files are in a unified place. They are stored in one place and they are easy to access. So your backup systems are there in one place. Everything you do, you manage the files in one place. So there's no, this person has a different version, person has a different version. You just nudge a person to come work on the same file with you, and you guys edit the file together, and then the file remains there unless explicitly it needs to be exported for some reasons. But if it's for review process or something like that, or for in-house work, then the documents, whatever, can stay within the machine, right? And then this resolves issues such as version control conflicts. So we don't have multiple versions. It's one file in the same location. And then it's easy to control access, right? So like we said, we have workspaces. So if you don't want a file to be in a specific workspace, maybe you have a new intern, you don't want them to mess up a file, then you can give a workspace just for maybe getting used to the system. You can get a different workspace for engineers, can get workspace for management. So this helps file management and access control. You can control who has access to what, right? And because it's your machine, you can give an office computer, an admin can basically give somebody access to a different workspace that they want to give access to. So access control is basically fine-tuned, right? Other features include things like easy administration, like I said before. You can see logs, right? You can see who is on a document, working on a document live. All these things happen offline, right? You can manage devices, every device, every user. So if an employee leaves the organization and another person comes back, it's just a matter of connecting that person's device to the same workspace. The person can basically continue working, right? Without any need for translation or any migration issue. So it's easy to just basically move people around, and then you can control your policies and easy. So we'll see all these things better as this series progresses, but this is just a general introduction to what the benefits of a central office computer can do, right? Another thing it brings is security, right? Because it's within your office space, it's very private. It behaves like a laptop, right? So if you have a laptop, you don't worry too much about hacker security and every issue because it's your laptop, it's with you, right? So it connects to every other system within the organization, and also you can control the security. So there's less risk. It's only works within a local network, so it makes things less surface of attack as opposed to maybe a cloud system or something like that that is exposed to dangerous activities. But with this machine, everything is offline and you can basically do your job, right? So easy, because it works with the local network, security is very tight, right? So that is just one of the advantages that comes with using a central office computer. Another advantage is it's easy to basically adhere to compliance. So there are control regulations. If you have regulators, maybe auditing regulator that needs audits and logs and whatever, and check your system, it's really easy. They can just come in, log in, and see what you're doing. Understand? And then your data is not you. You are basically complying with several privacy laws automatically by just having a machine in your office. So that is the idea of a central office computer. You are achieving everything you need to achieve with a cloud system, but there's just less downside, right? And you guys can communicate offline. So now here comes KadMap. So KadMap is our solution to the central office computer. So KadMap is what we like to call the first ever central office computer. So it was designed for this purpose, right? Just to aid ease of getting a central office computer to your office, right? So it has all the features we mentioned before: working offline, workspace, file management, easy administration, security, compliance. But also, we also went extra mile to get you more features, right? It comes pre-installed with basic apps you will need, right? So a file manager, an office editing application just comes with it naturally. So it makes you just quickly start working instantly without really needing to worry too much, right? So you can easily migrate your files. Most offices are just using file management and a bit of editing document editors. That's really what they need, right? And calculators and just a few basic apps that you would need as an office to start operating almost instantly. So KadMap comes pre-installed with that. It has up to 200 terabytes of storage, and you can basically expand this as you go. And it has advanced security, so it's basically layer 3 protected. So security experts will understand this better, right? So the networking is down to layer 3, so it's not like so the machine basically is protected entirely because it hosts a different operating system. So it's not a web operating system, it's an operating system that is designed for security in mind, right? So everything is basically controlled by the administrator. If you don't want somebody to get into the machine, the person can't get into the machine. That's basically what layer 3 security is, right? With KadMap, you can also connect multiple sites, right? So if you have different branches, right, you can have one machine in one branch, another machine in another branch, and you can basically connect these two together, and they can only talk to each other, nothing else, right? So that's connecting multiple sites. So, or you have a partner organization that you guys need to work together. It's just a matter of connecting pairing the machines together and then creating workspaces for you guys to work together like you are in one office, right? It also supports app repositories, right? So you have app store just like you have on an Android or iOS. You can go to the app store and get apps, more apps, right? And we keep developing more apps to support enterprise, so you don't need to always get developers to build new apps for you. So we're trying to get apps for every industry, and then we have developer tools in case you yourself want to develop applications, or any developer, a third-party developer can basically pick up the dev tools and build applications for enterprises. So this includes CRMs, EMRs for hospitals, so basically an LMS, any management system for schools, whatever the applications might be, people can just pick it up and build it, or you can build a niche application for your own industry or something like that, right? So, or you want to connect to devices like IoT devices, like for smart homes or something like that. KadMap also provides dev tools for all that use case, right? What's the difference? You might think, okay, this KadMap just sounds like a very packaged server, right? So what's the difference between it and a traditional server, right? One, it's a plug and play solution. So KadMap comes wired with everything you need, right, automatically to succeed in an office environment, as opposed to a server where you need a technical expert to get the machine and start installing things one by one. KadMap is already plug and play. You just bring it up. It even comes with battery support for each of the machines. And if you go through our sections, we'll discuss this better with you, like each machine and what the capacity and capabilities are. And it's also user-friendly. The operating system is designed to be very user-friendly, almost like a personal computer, right? So it doesn't need an expert, like somebody that is good at cloud or AWS expert. Just a regular person can open a KadMap machine and see the user interface, right? So on the next episode, I would go through showing you the user interface and how it looks like and how easy it is to use. It's just you don't need technical expertise to use KadMap. It's very basic. Right? The operating system is built for that ease of use, right? And we also offer reliable support to our customers. So if you get the KadMap machine, you get automatic premium support, right? So that is what KadMap brings, and we hope that you understand the idea of central office computer and you understand what KadMap can bring to your organization. So with that, thank you and see you on the next episode.